Hello everybody, it's lovely to be here again. Today's going to be a little bit different. We're going to do a mindful session, a relaxation session, and then when you're nice and comfortable and relaxed, I'm going to tell you a short story. So really it's very little work from you today, you just have to listen, to relax. And the reason for this is I feel the time has come for everybody to relax a little bit more. Now the lockdown's coming to an end, we're starting to see things differently. We can start to think about what we enjoyed about the lockdown, what was difficult about the lockdown, how we're going to be when we see our friends again, how we're going to be at school. It's all going to be new and interesting. And I suppose for some of us it will be quite bewildering and a little bit anxiety making. Some of us will be excited about it. Some of us will have enjoyed being at home so much. Perhaps we don't want to come to school, while some of us can't wait to come back to school. So there's a whole different load of variety of emotions going on. I hope you're all well, and I hope those of you who have been following the mindful sessions are now practicing them at least 2 or 3 times a week and getting a sort of benefit from them. You'll be noticing yourself responding differently to situations, to behaving differently, to eating differently. And I want to spend a few minutes talking to you about eating. So make yourself comfortable. Lie down on a sofa or your bed or snuggle up in an armchair. And just going through your body, we're going to do the body scan. And before we do that, just put your hands on your navel, on your tummy. And I want you to breathe into your tummy, so your tummy rises every time you breathe in. So you breathe in, so it's not your shoulders rising, it's your tummy rising. So you breathe in and feel your tummy go down as you breathe out. 3, 4. And breathe in. 2, 3, 4. And breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. And breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Now you carry on with that pattern of breathing, and we'll just do the body scan. So you're going to do 2 things at once. You're breathing, you're doing the belly breath, and we're doing a body scan, which will start at the top of your head and relax all the bones of your skull. All those 22 bones, relax them. Relax your hairline, top of your forehead, right round to the back of your neck. Relax your forehead, keep breathing that belly breath. Your eyebrows. Relax your eyes deep in their sockets. Relax your collarbone, your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, your thumbs, your index finger, your middle finger, your ring fingers, and your little fingers. The palms of your hands. Now take the energy up above your arms and take it down to your shoulder blades. Relax those shoulder blades. Relax the neck again. Relax your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Moving around to your collarbone at the front, your breastbone, your ribs, your heart. Notice your heart, your tummy, doing that belly breathing. In for 5 and release for 5. Moving the scan down to your hips, your thighs, your knees, relaxing those calves, your shins, your heels, your ankles, the soles of your feet, the top of your feet, and your toes. Now making sure you're completely and absolutely relaxed. Take your hand away from your tummy and just let it flop by the side of you. And just become aware of the sounds outside the room. And bring your awareness to sounds inside the room. And bring your awareness to sounds inside your body, your breathing, your digestive system, rumbling tummy. And release it. And in this state of being absolutely calm, letting thoughts come and go, again, don't try and stop your thoughts. Just let them come and let them go. Make sure this time is yours. And in this state, I'd like you to imagine this is how you're going to eat your meals. You're going to be mindful of sitting with some food in front of you, of how your body sits in that chair, of all the noises around you while you begin to eat your food. And notice everything about your food. The colour, the shape of the food, how it tastes. Notice whether you're chewing your food or just swallowing it straight away. How many times are you following that food? How slowly or quickly are you eating? Pay attention. Think of all the people involved in producing that one plate of food. The packets it's been put in, the factories it's been through, the fields it's grown in, whether it's animals or vegetables or crops. Just be very aware and grateful. And if you're feeling angry while you're eating your food, then try and release that anger beforehand, before you carry on. Just park it. I think you'll get the best from your food if you're calm and receptive, in a happy mood and grateful. And while it's fine to have a couple of meals in front of the telly and a video or whatever you're watching, I'd like to suggest that some of your meals are taken where you can just focus on your food. What are you eating your food with? What happens to the plate after you've left it? Do you rinse the plate? Put it in the dishwasher? Do you give thanks for the food to the person who prepared it? Do you give thanks to the people who made that food? And even if you're eating something like a packet of crisps, always give thanks to the people who designed that packet, produced the crisps. Then somebody's been and bought the crisps, put them in a supermarket, put them in a shop, and you or somebody in your household has brought those crisps home. And I think if you stop to think about your food in those terms, it really helps you enjoy what you're eating. It just slows you right down. Just slows you right down. Also, I'd like to offer a little piece of advice. I'd like to try new foods. Perhaps the time's come to try something new. Explore. Add some herbs to your food. Don't smother it in sauces. Perhaps don't have as many sweet foods, but try something savoury. Or try something sweet if you're inclined to eat savoury foods. Try eating an olive. Just think about trying some new foods, or foods that you've always not liked before. The time might have come for you to be ready to try those foods now. At different stages in our life, we definitely need different foods. Just be aware of that. Just be aware and be very respectful of all the food you eat. Now make yourself comfortable. I'd like to read you a little story. It's by Amanda Marks. And just relax to this. I don't mind if you drop off. I don't mind if you miss half the story. But just let the words flow over you. It's a very simple story. It's a story with a little strange ending, and they're the kind of stories I happen to like. So I'm sharing this with you. Putting down my paintbrush, I looked out of the window. We'd been in the house about 5 days and had unpacked most of the boxes, but Andy had to go back to work today. I was determined to surprise him by painting our bedroom. Overlooking the back garden, it was my favourite room, or it would be when I'd hidden the pale green walls under a layer of pale white. I watched that elderly next door neighbour slowly potted down the long narrow garden, mug of tea in his hand, to his immaculate vegetable patch in the farthest half of his plot. A black and white cat jumped out of the hedge and trotted closely at the man's heels, tail in the air. It was a terraced house, and all these terraced houses had long gardens. It was one of the things that attracted us to the place. If I could make friends with a neighbour who knew what he was doing in the garden, well, that would be great. Our garden was a tangle of weeds and overgrown plants. It was a mess. To match the ramshackled house, it was all a mess. Each time I happened to look out of the window that morning, I noticed the man still pottering, with the cat either looking with interest on his side or sitting close by and soaking up the sun. They obviously enjoyed an easy relationship, and it was so nice to see. I'd love to get a cat. Every now and then the man would put his hand by his side without looking down, and the cat would muzzle his fingers, nuzzling up to him. At lunchtime, I decided to go and say hello. I took a cup of tea and some biscuits. The man came over to the hedge when he saw me. The cat had gone. He probably didn't take to strangers invading his patch. "Oh, you two have got your work cut out then," said Fred after an introduction. His well-worn face cracked into a smile. "Aggie, the woman who lived here before you, never believed in gardening or housekeeping. It was as much as I could do to get her to accept the odd meal from me. You going to do anything with the garden? I can help if you want." "Oh, that was a dream come true. Oh, that would be great," I said. "Oh, we'd love you to have a garden, even half as amazing as yours." Oh, Fred laughed. "Well, that will take a few years, but a bit of clearing up will make all the difference." Fred was easy to chat to, a happy, gentle soul. I could see why the cat liked being with him. He told me he used to be a miner, but found gardening, once the pits had closed, a better way of life. A like great outdoor life after years of underground. Oh, I know which I prefer. But cats are good company, aren't they? I said, looking round for his cat. Oh, you're right there. People are wrong about cats. I once had this beautiful cat who would stay by my side come rain or shine when I was in the garden. Never indoors, mind you. I don't even know where she came from. But she'd sit next to me there all day long, follow me around, occasionally let me pet her, but not for long. I loved that cat. I was right sorry when she stopped coming. She must have died. Bless her. I miss her. He stopped, then looked down and said quietly, You know, you'll reckon I'm daft, but I can feel her next to me sometimes. And that's the end of that little story. I'm going to start using stories a little bit more in these sessions because I think they're wonderful things. They distract us, they take us to another place. We can live our imagination when we're hearing a story being told to us. So I'll tell a short story in every one of these recordings from now on. So remember today's lesson. Eat carefully, eat for your health, eat mindfully, eat for pleasure. Give yourself a few moments every day when you stop thinking. You stop planning, stop plotting, leave social media alone, and give yourself time just to be. Give yourself time just to be. And take yourself into the land of stories. Read, imagine, follow your imagination. Have a great week now. See you next week. Bye-bye.